Hello, welcome to the Is It Just Me podcast. I am your host, Dr. Angie Inch. This podcast will entail truthful, transparent conversation about everyday life and the lessons learned. This podcast is for everyone from teenagers to the elderly. Although some topics may be rated R, every topic is based on living life and learning life lessons. Today's episode, we're going to talk about gossip and rumors. And this is one of those topics that's very touchy because certain individuals and certain people lives have been negatively affected by gossip and rumors, and then you just have some individuals who just can't keep it real and honestly admit that they have gossiped one time or another. Before every episode, I like to state this disclaimer that I am not an expert, and everything discussed is the independent opinion and reality of myself. When we get to talking about gossip, we first must sit back and really define what is gossip. And if you look it up in the dictionary, gossip is defined as casual or unconstrained conversation about other people, typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true. When you start to talk about rumors, because 9 times out of 10, gossip and rumors go hand in hand. Rumors is defined in the dictionary as a current circulating story or issue or report of uncertain or doubtful truth, which basically means is that something that's circulating or going around that may or may not be true. It hasn't been confirmed that it's true. And at one time or another, I'm sure everyone has been, I'm not going to say the topic, but has partaken or partook in gossip. And whether it be something minute, whether it be something major, whether it be some salacious gossip that's going around that you talk about, most people, let me just say that, have gossiped. And there's always those individuals who are never going to keep it real and be like, oh, I don't gossip. And it's like, okay, if you say so. At the end of the day, most people have gossiped at one time or another in their life. Not to say that they're just known for gossiping, because you have those individuals who are just known for gossiping, like they're known for having the tea. Now, is the gossip always true? 9 times out of 10, probably not. But it depends. You have to check your source, because you have some individuals who really do be having the real tea and be knowing the truth. And then you have other people that throw their own spin on shit. So by the time it get to you, the story then changed 15 times and only 2% of it is true. But the thing with gossip is it could be good and it could be bad, because gossip isn't always negative. But there are a lot of individuals who don't want certain truths discussed or passed around. And that's any individual's right. Everybody is not transparent and open, and they don't want certain things discussed about their lives. And if you are like a celebrity, you're basically living your life out in the open, and sometimes there is no privacy. Well, most of the time there is no privacy, because your life is on Front Street for everybody. So if any little thing happens, it's always gossip or rumor or something that's floating around, because your life is open to the public. But if you're just a normal, regular individual, I'm pretty sure you probably have been the source of some type of gossip, whether it be bullshit, whether it be some gossip that or a rumor that was started from an ex-friend, or a female that was messing with a guy and y'all both was messing with the same guy, or you and your man had an issue. Most people, I don't want to say everybody, but most people have been a part of gossip, have partaken in gossip and rumors. Gossip and rumors is basically spreading or conversing about people or information that hasn't been confirmed by the people in question, or the individuals who you're talking about haven't confirmed nor denied the issue at hand. And for the most part, like I said, most people have gossiped. And I'm very transparent. So I'm going to be honest. I have talked about people just like people have talked about me. And for the most part, most of the gossip that I've heard, I considered it coming from a reliable source. So it was always coming from someone who I would consider a reliable source. They wouldn't make things up. I feel like they wouldn't lie to me about certain things. Now, by the time the story got to them, was it 100% true? Probably not, because you know how that goes. By the time the incident happens, By the time it get to the next person, they either they took some information out or they added their own information in. By the time it gets to the 10th person, the whole story probably done changed and you didn't even get the whole thing. But again, I stated when individuals tell me things or speak to me about stuff, I consider them the reliable sources because I'm not somebody who's going to spread gossip or spread rumors. Like I have my immediate close individuals that we discuss things, and no, we're not sitting around gossiping about people. But if something comes up or some information or the topic comes up and we discuss it, we discuss it. I consider those individuals close individuals to me who are not known for being messy and who are not known for passing stuff around. So it's certain things that I have heard from individuals that it stayed within the confines of my immediate circle and the people that I'm cool with because we weren't somewhere gossiping and spreading whatever was told. Now, it probably did get spread because, of course, I wasn't the only one that had the information. Other people knew the information, so it got around. But I'm not somebody that sits around and just spread gossip and just be like, oh, girl, you know what I heard? Or, oh, girl, you know this or you know that. Like, if I discuss something, it's within my close knit of immediate friends. And I don't have that many. For those of you that know me, you already know my circle is a period. So that lets you know just how small my shit is. But gossip sometimes can be detrimental to people's health because it can be so negative and it can be so bad and it can be incorrect. So you got some gossip or you got some rumor and you spreading it or you talking about it or you discussing it however so it go and come to find out that it's not true, but the damage is already done. And I'm an individual as I get older with gossip and rumors. I'm not clearing shit up for nobody because those that know me, know me. Those that don't, I don't give a fuck. So it's a lot of individuals out there who feel the same way. It's like, I'm not going to clear anything up because you're going to believe what you want to believe anyway. And in the words of Charlemagne the God, why believe the truth when a lie is more entertaining? So you come in to clear something up, and it can be actually what you're saying it is because you're coming to clear it up because you're the subject of the rumor of the gossip, but nobody wants to believe you because the lie is more entertaining. So it gets to the point where it's like, well, what the fuck am I clearing something up for? Because y'all gonna believe what y'all gonna believe anyway. And people who start rumors about people, I don't I don't want to name call too tough, but I feel individuals who just out of the blue just randomly start rumors are just miserable hating ass people because there's so much shit going on in this word in people's lives that you really got to sit there and make up some fake ass salacious gossipy rumor about somebody for what? Like what are you getting out of that other than trying to bring misery to someone else? Because if somebody is secure in who they are, and let's say whatever bits and pieces of what you are gossiping and spreading rumor about are true, they're living in their truth. They're living their life. So they don't give a fuck about what you say, what I say, what he say, what she say. They're going to live their life and do whatever the fuck they want to do, whether you know the gossip or not. But it's like, why would you just make up random rumors about people? I never understood people who just start rumors. And my grandmother used to always say that people only try to rain on your parade because they're jealous of your son and tired of their shade. And when I was younger and she would say stuff like that to me, I really didn't understand the context of what she was saying. I didn't comprehend fully what she was trying to say to me. But as I got older, you remember certain things that your grandmother, your mother told you. And I remembered her saying that, and it rings true that someone who just wants to start a rumor or some negative stuff about you clearly aren't happy with themselves, because when you're happy with yourself, you're living your life, you're doing your thing, you're not consumed or worrying about anyone else. You're not consumed or worrying about trying to bring misery to anyone else. You're happy, so you're hoping that all of those are around you and individuals in your life are happy. Why would you want to bring misery to somebody by starting a rumor? And my mother used to always say, fake friends believe rumors, real friends believe in you. And that's true. As I've went through life, and individuals who I considered my friend, which and it turned out that they weren't my friend. It turned out that one person in particular was real two-faced, and would say one thing to my face, but then would go behind my back to someone else and would say something else and would flip the situation to make it seem as if I was the way that that person was. So they projected the way that they are onto me when they discussed me or they said something about me to someone else to try to dampen or to try to get other people to dislike me, to assassinate my character. This is just my feelings on the individual. They were jealous of how other people perceived me and received me and showed love to me. So they didn't want those individuals to do that. So they started saying like, oh, I'm a liar, and how I only tell some of my business. I don't tell all of my business. And it's just like, you sitting here talking about me, and you're supposed to be my friend. Why would I tell you my business? You're a perfect example of why I don't tell you all my business, because all you want to do is you want to know the business so that you can run your mouth and you can go and tell somebody else. You think it's not going to tell me or it's not going to get back to me. That's how rumors and shit start. It's always somebody that's closest to you that's trying to act like they're your friend and act like they're so concerned and act like they have your best interest at heart, and you confiding in them, you letting them know what's going on, but they taking everything that you telling them and telling someone else, talking about you, flipping it, because they're not saying to you these things. They're acting like they're listening ear and they're so supportive, but no sooner as you hang up the phone or no sooner as you walk down the block, they calling somebody else and talking shit about you. You know, there was a situation that I went through years ago. This was back in like 2000 and 2005, and there was a situation that I went through, and my so-called friend is gonna say, well, when is enough gonna be enough? But never said it to me. Was saying it to everybody else, but never said anything to me about this situation. And it's just like, when everything was going on, she was acting like she was so supportive and she was so down for whatever I was doing and such, but telling everybody else, but when is enough gonna be enough? And it's just like, that's how gossip and rumors start. They start from individuals who are supposed to be your quote unquote friend, who you think you're confiding in, who you think you're telling something, who you think they're keeping something between you, and they're running with it to someone else. It's a few people that I no longer speak to, that I no longer associate with, whose secrets are still safe with me. I have not repeated them. I didn't open my mouth. I'm not down talking you. I'm not starting rumors. I can, but why? What good is coming from me starting a rumor about somebody that I'm no longer cool with? Because I'm no longer cool with you. There's no beef. I just don't fuck with you. But I don't want to see you do bad, and I don't want to bring misery to you, because I'm not that type of individual. But there are some individuals who start gossiping rumors that aren't happy with themselves, and they want to bring misery and hurt to other people. And one thing that I always say is that I'm the type of individual that when I go through certain things, I self isolate, because I feel like nobody really gives a fuck about me. And I don't mean that as if like I don't have people that care about me. I'm just saying in general, people really only give a fuck about themselves. So when you're going through something and it's something that's significant and something that's detrimental to your mental health or just financial situation or your living situation, when you're going through something like certain things, certain people are not in a position to help you. Certain people only want to talk about you, and certain people really just don't give a fuck. So I'm the type of individual that if I'm going through something major, I isolate, I deal with what I'm going through, I get through it, and then it's like, okay, I did that, I dealt with it, and I come back. I'm not that type of person that I'm going to call you and I'm going to burden you with all of my problems, because I honestly feel like you don't give a fuck. I honestly feel like you can't help me anyway. So what am I calling you to tell you what the fuck I got going on for, just so you could talk about me to somebody else? Everything is not for everybody. And when you're the type of individual and you want to vent or you want to talk about your husband or your boyfriend or your mother or your sister or your cousin or whatever, and you vent to certain people really don't give a fuck, but they just listen so that they can be the running mouth. Another thing that my mother always told me, a listening ear is also a running mouth. Be careful of a dog that brings that bone. And it's like, you wish and you hope that the individuals that you're building these friendships and these relationships with are solid individuals who you can sit down and you can have conversations with, and you can let them know what's going on in your life, and it can stay amongst the small group of people that you're with. But the reality of it is, there's not too many genuine people out there that know how to shut the fuck up and keep your business between those of y'all that you're discussing it with. And that's why I say my circle is a period. And even in my circle, everything is just not for everybody. And I'm just not that person that I'm going to get mad because you didn't tell me something or you didn't tell me your business. You tell me what you want to tell me. You tell me what you want me to know. I'm not mad because you didn't tell me something. Because again, if it does get out and you didn't tell me, I know I ain't say shit because I ain't even motherfucking know. So that's the thing with gossip and rumors is that it's 9 times out of 10, it's someone who is supposed to be your friend or someone who's related to you, who you felt like you can trust and you have that relationship with to let them know something that's going on in your life and they repeated it to somebody because everybody has that somebody that they talk to. I had to get this big old age to realize that I need to vent to myself. I don't need to let everyone know what's going on in my life. I don't need to let everyone know every detail and every time that I'm mad at my husband or if I'm going through a financial situation. I don't need to let everyone know what's going on because the more people you let know, when something does get out, then you sitting there trying to figure out, well, how the fuck did that get out? Because I only told 6 people. That's 6 people that done told 6 people. So now that's 12 people that know what the fuck you told those 6 people because those 6 people got that one person that they talked to. So now that's 12 people. That person that the 6th person talks to have their people that they talk to. Now that's 18 people. And that's how things get spread. It goes from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And again, the story never gets back the way that it is. And with gossip and rumors, like I said, sometimes it can be some shit that's real detrimental that you can't come back from because it's so bad. Like it's just certain things that people shouldn't even just entertain. But again, I live in the real world and I live in reality, and I know that if it's juicy and it's salacious, people are going to entertain that shit no matter who you are. You could be the most upstanding person there is. Let somebody hear some motherfucking salacious gossip about you. 9 times out of 10, they're going to entertain it. Now, whether they believe it or not is a different story, but they're going to entertain it. But I'm the type of person that you can't come to me and tell me no gossip about my friends, about nobody that I fuck with. And I guess that's why I've never really been in he said, she said, because if anything, if anybody gonna tell you anything about me, I'm gonna stand on whatever the fuck I say. So if I said something and it got back to you, I'm standing on what I said. Nobody's ever gonna be able to say that they came to me and talked shit about my friend and I entertained a conversation about some negative shit about my friend. I already have the tone set. They already know it's not happening because I feel like what tone am I setting for my friend to let you think that you could come and tell me this bullshit about my friend? And then if it's somebody that we're close, that I'm close to, and somebody say something, I'd be like, I don't believe that. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not going to take it to the next person. 9 times out of 10, if you coming to me about a bitch that I fuck with or somebody that's my friend, a guy that's my close friend or whatever, I'm already shutting you down at the door because that's just me and that's the type of person that I am, and I'm not entertaining that. I'm not saying that everybody has to be like me because everybody is their own individual. But if we nip shit in the butt before it got to a certain place, there wouldn't be so much gossip and rumors. If people learned how to keep their mouth shut and shut the fuck up and basically just mind their motherfucking business, there wouldn't be so many rumors and gossip and things going around about people. If you consider yourself to be somebody's friend, and again, I know there's other people that have a friend. So you might have a best friend. Your best friend is gonna have another best friend because you're not always the only best friend, but it's a chain reaction. You know that this friend talks to these people, certain things don't need to be said. And I tell people all the time, I tell people what I want them to know. If it's something that I don't want nobody to know, I won't tell nobody. Therefore, there's no room for me to try to figure out who said what or who told what or how did it get there. How, like, there's no room for that because I didn't tell nobody. So nobody knows except for me. And if it was a situation dealing with me and someone else, it's only me and that someone else. And if I didn't say something, I know it came from that someone else. Because if you don't want somebody to know something, you don't tell them. You just don't say nothing. I'm pretty sure most people have been the topic of a rumor. And my grandma used to say, "Oh, who you think you are that nobody gonna talk about you?" They talked about Jesus. And it's the truth. People talk about people. Everybody, excuse me, let me not say everybody, most people have had conversations about other people. That I'm not saying that you sit down and you make it your business to gossip about people, but most people have entertained conversations about other people. That's not never the issue. There becomes an issue when what's being entertained and what's being spread is false, and you don't really know the source or the root of where it really came from, and you just repeating something that somebody told you and it's not accurate. I'm going to always say gossip isn't always negative. It can be positive. You can have different discussions about somebody finishing school or somebody got married. That is gossip. Rumors is something different. Now, a rumor is something that is not confirmed. It might not be, it could be true. A rumor can be true, or it might not be true. It might be some truth to it. But when you gossip is not always negative. You can have positive gossip, but most individuals have partaken in gossip because we've all have been guilty of talking about something or talking about a certain subject. So when people be like, "Oh, I don't talk about people," I give them the side eye because everybody has talked about somebody at some point in their life. When it becomes something that consumes your life and you just somewhere sitting around constantly gossiping about something, then that's when it becomes a problem because it's like you don't got nothing else to do except for gossip about all these individuals. How is that affecting your life? Unless you're one of these bloggers that's getting paid to report this gossip, how is this gossip and these rumors affecting you positively? You just sitting around gossiping, talking shit because you're not happy with your own situation and what's going on in your life. And that's when gossip and rumors become a problem for individuals because you have somebody negatively sitting there with their own negative mindset and the negative shit that they got going on in their life, talking about somebody else's life, like as if they're doing better than that individual. And if you notice, individuals who are known to be gossipers, they always gossiping about people who are doing better than them. That's the part that I don't understand. You have so much time on your hand to be gossiping about this person, but this person is doing X, Y, and Z, and you're just sitting there talking about them. Like, make it make sense. Gossip can be hurtful to people. Rumors can be hurtful to people. I'm going to constantly say we all have been guilty of gossiping and discussing rumors. I'm not going to say spreading rumors because just because you discuss something doesn't mean that you're spreading it. You can discuss it amongst your group of friends and it stays there. So, but I'm sure that most people have partaken in gossip and discussing rumors. That's something that is probably always going to be a part of life. I don't see gossip and rumors just stopping because in order for that to stop, you have to get individuals who are all on the same page and everybody has to see that there's a problem with gossip and rumors. And with the way society and the internet is set up, people are really getting paid for gossip and rumors. So I don't see that shit slowing down anytime soon. What I do know is that all gossip is not negative and it can be positive. However, there is some gossip and some rumors that can be detrimental to individuals' finances and lifestyle, especially if it's not true. But why put the truth out there when the lie is more entertaining? Thank you for joining me for this episode. The next episode, we're going to discuss baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. Thank you for joining me on the Is It Just Me podcast.